everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of the Street Smart Millionaire, where I share some of my insights about wealth and balance, how to make money, how to save money, how to grow money, and how to give money away, how to use it and enjoy it in your life. I think there's a misconception for people that you work really hard. There comes a place where it becomes easy. Well, let me tell you, I think that I've been around a long time. I've been in the mortgage business 42 years. I've been in the coaching business for about 30 years. I've been in the stock market for 40 years now that I've been nonstop in the stock market. All of it is complicated. All of it has a lot of frustrations, but I'll tell you this. If you don't love the grind of hard work, you're probably not going to succeed. Like I was working with one of my sales crews today. I'm a little frustrated with their numbers in one of my departments, and their effort's not great. Their skill level's not super high, and their attitude's not spectacular. Like, listen, I think that you got to run like a chicken with your head cut off if you're going to be successful. You got to run, get ready, handle it, move on. That's the joy of life, is the chaos and the busy is what it takes to be successful. So I don't know if I'm successful or not. I've been in the mortgage business for a long time. I've made over $1 million every year since 1995. I've been over 10, a bunch of years, probably two handfuls of years in a row. I just sold my lake house. So I had built a dream house. We had a farm on the weekends. My wife loved the farm. We decided to live at the farm and sold the lake house. So I put it for sale about 9 weeks ago, sold it in about 4 weeks, set a record in North Carolina. Most expensive house ever sold in the state of North Carolina. I own the house free and clear. I took the money, and starting tomorrow at 1 o'clock on Wednesday for 10 weeks, it will be layered into the stock market. I will put 75% in the S&P 500. I will put 25% in the Invesco QQQ. So 2 safe, non-managed funds. And I opened an account called the Richard Ruby Trust /house account. So I'll be able to see the house proceeds grow. Now listen, that house might have grown 15 or 20% in the next 5 years. I think I had gotten the most out of what I could get out of it. I think in the stock market, it will double in 5 years. So I look at property and I look at the stock market. Stock market is cleaner. Real estate's more tangible. I think both are great. I think you need to have both. So I'm going to build a new house at the farm. I have about 135 acres. I have 3 farms turned into one. And I'm going to tear down the farmhouse we live in. And I'm going to build a new farmhouse. I'm going to build a 6,000 square foot farmhouse. Everything we want. Kind of like a 3,000 square foot ranch with a walkout basement. And we love the farm. It's where I like life. I think it makes life simpler, easier, more relaxing. So I love the farm. And I'm interviewing builders. So I've interviewed 3 builders, all great, all small, all private, all luxury builders. All 3 gave me different prices to build the house and different prices for the cost of the house. Now, one I kicked out because he was like 25% higher than the other 2, and the other 2 are reasonable within the price. And one is a guy that I like, and one is a lady that I like a lot. They're both been around for 10 years. They're both about the same age, probably mid-40s. They're both a really good family people. They're both really good God people. I feel they're going to do a really good job. I've looked at both of their houses and what they've already built to decide which builder I'm going to go with. I'm going to decide tomorrow. I've got a decorator that I work with. My wife's involved. So they got to decide who they like as well. And I'm going to build a new house. And I will tell you this, when it's all said and done, I'll live on 135 acres. I'll have a nice farmhouse, and I will have my mortgage business, my coaching business, my consulting business, and my stock portfolio. And people ask me, why do I work so hard? Matter of fact, one of my guys has decided he doesn't want to work hard anymore. He's going to move to the beach. He's going to have a simple life. This is what I choose to do. I want to transform lives financially. I want to teach people how to be wealthy and balanced. I want to teach people how to be all they can be. This is what would I do if I wasn't working? I'd watch a lot of cartoons. I'd watch the stock market all day. I'd make a lot of bad trades. I'd smoke a lot of cigars. So we're going to talk about my philosophy about investing. So here's my number 1 rule. You take 20% of your paycheck and you invest it either in the 401k or the stock market. So if you put it in the 401k, which everybody should max out their 401k, I believe it needs to be in the least managed possible. So the least managed account is the S&P 500. The way you buy the S&P 500 in most 401ks is through the Vanguard VOO fund. It's a fund that buys the whole S&P 500. So you have 500 stocks, big ones, little ones, middle ones, strong ones, weak ones, ones that go up, ones that go down. So I love the S&P 500. Warren Buffett loves the S&P 500. So don't take my advice, take Warren Buffett's advice. He's way richer than I'll ever be in my lifetime. I'm very well off. He's outrageously loaded, like one of the top 20 wealthiest men in the world. He thinks the S&P 500 is the best investment ever. Now, the Invesco QQQ, which I told you I put 25% of my house money in, that is a fund that has 100 innovative technology companies. Well, let's be clear. AI, technology, cybersecurity, those are the future. So you have to be invested in those things. If you buy the Invesco Q, you have them. If you buy the S&P 500, you have CrowdStrike, you have Palo Alto, you have all these AI companies. So I think if you buy those two things, you're pretty covered. So I will layer in the money every Wednesday at 1 o'clock starting tomorrow for the next 10 weeks until all of it is invested. Because when you're putting in a big chunk, you don't want to try to time the market when it's up, when it's down. Like today, it's way up. Yesterday, it was flat. The day before, it was down. So it's like you can't really time the market. So if you layer big chunks in over a 10 or 12 week period, you got a good chance of what's called averaging. Now, on August 1st, I will take my 20% of my paycheck. Now, I don't have any debt, so all the money will go into the stock market. I will invest in the hand. My hand that funds me is the S&P 500 for half, the QQQ for 10%, Amazon, NVIDIA, Tesla, and Eli Lilly. Those are my 4 stocks that I personally like. You can buy whatever you want. This is what I like. I think you got to pick 4 or 5 stocks. S&P and the QQQ is a really simple portfolio. So I'll take the 20% of my paycheck. I'll put it all in there on the 1st of August. When the market dips, I always keep some cash. Right now I'm about 10% liquid. So I always keep some cash for a dip. Like there are things that go on sale, like some of these memory stocks and AI stocks. They can move 10% a day. So some of them go on sale. I might buy 1 or 2 of them. Then I might sell it a couple of weeks later, a month later. I mean, it's just like, I traded last year a stock called Oklo, which is a nuclear energy company, mini nuclear energy. I bought it at 25, sold it at 125, back to 55. I sold a company called C3AI, traded it 3 times from like $9 to $27. I've traded silver shares. I trade a company called Redwire. So there are companies that I like, but I like to gamble. I like to play a little poker. I like to play a little blackjack, not for a high amount, for a little amount, but I like to have a little gamble. And I like to buy some speculative stocks. Like I recently bought SanDisk, which is a memory stock, which is like Micron, which I think is going to do really well. I'm getting ready to buy CrowdStrike back again. I sold it and I wish I wouldn't have. I like CrowdStrike and Palo Alto, but I think I'm going to buy CrowdStrike. I'm waiting for it to come back a little bit to get a lower position, but if it doesn't come back, I won't buy it. So for me, my house was emotional and the stock market is not emotional. Like I was worried about the closing and the buyer was getting weird and I thought he might not close. And I was a little concerned. Normally, I'm not concerned financially because I'm really stable. I have no debt. I have lots of assets. I have lots of income sources. So, but I was a little concerned because you're emotional about the house. But I think that I believe you have to be in sales or you have to be an entrepreneur. I think that gives you the opportunity to increase your income with more effort. Like I believe effort, skill, attitude. I believe you got to outwork everybody else. You got to know more than everybody else. Listen, I've just been in it a long time. I know what it takes to get deals from realtors. I know how to get my past clients to come to me. I'm a really good salesman. I know how to convert leads. I know how to build teams. I know how to run a P&L. So after 42 years, I should be really good at it. For me, a good coaching student's been in the business between 5 years and 15 years. They're growing, but they've not grown fast enough and they want to blow up and they know they're running out of time and they got to blow up. So I look at coaching realtors and coaching lenders, ambitious, driven, focused, hungry, motivated, vision-oriented, systems-oriented. Those are people that I'm looking for to coach. Like I just started the new semester the 1st of July and I've got like 46 new clients and, it's plenty. It's a lot for me to take care of. And, I have about 450 clients that pay me 40 grand a year. I've got about 110 clients that pay me 25 grand a year. And I got about 400 clients that pay me $10,000 a year. So I got a $10,000 a year program. I got a $25,000 a year program. I got a $40,000 a year program. Different levels. For the weakest group, I only work on their sales. For the middle group, I work on their sales and their team. And for the bigger group, I work on their sales, their team, and their money, their investments, everything to help them have a lot of balance. Now listen, sales training will improve your life. Team building will improve your life. Money management will transform your life because it takes away the stress and worries. It's a proven fact that the majority of divorces happen over money. There's not enough money, or there's too much money, and somebody has really bad behavior, which don't have really bad behavior just because you have some money. So I think that you got to get a grip on your finances, and I think sales and entrepreneurship gives you a chance to really get paid what you're worth and really go out there and put in the work and reap the harvest. So I like salespeople. I like entrepreneurs. That's what I've been for a long time. Well, I've been in the coaching business for 30 years. Everybody in the mortgage business knows who I am, and everybody in the real estate business knows who I am. So if they want to hire a hardcore coach that holds people heavily accountable, they'll hire me. I'm not really open to a lot of new ideas. I'm really clear that if you call people often enough and you're interested in their life and you bring a value that helps them make more money, they will be loyal and they will refer you. That's my business. You know, when I came up in the industry, one of my mentors was a guy named Joe Stump, and he was great on stage. And he owned a coaching company for lenders and realtors, and I was a lender, really good lender. And the name of his company was By Referral Only, and I owned that name. I never forgot that referrals are the only way to do business. The clients are loyal. They refer at a high level. They close at a high level. They'll pay a premium for your services and your experience. And he taught me a lot about how to be on stage. He didn't teach me how to coach because he wasn't really a coach. He was kind of like a presenter. He was like a public presenter. And I learned a lot of my presenting skills from him. But when I left Joe and I decided I wanted to open a coaching company, I wanted to take on a few people and I wanted to look at their work every week and hold them accountable to make sure they're doing the work. Because here's the thing. I worked out with a personal trainer for 16 years. I'm in pretty good shape for 65 years old. I'm pretty tough. And I'll tell you, same trainer, 16 years, 1,000 reps every time I work out, a lot of push-ups, a lot of pull-ups, a lot of sit-ups, a lot of jump rope, light weights, heavy reps. I mean, I do 1,000 and 1,200 reps every time I work out. It keeps me fit. It gives me lots of stamina so I can have balance. So one of the things I want to talk about as I transition from your wealth to your balance to your wealth, you got to be in sales or entrepreneur. You got to have a vision. You got to have a plan. You got to have accountability. You got to save 20% of your money. You got to invest in 4 stocks that you pick. The QQQ and the S&P 500 is what I like. You pick whatever you want. I think you got to buy on a dip when it goes on sale. When anything you have goes on sale, you buy it. And I think you layer in big chunks over 12 weeks. I think that talked about wealth. I think that when it comes to balance, I've had as many as 15 properties at a time. Right now, I have an office, I have a man cave, and I have a farm. So after I closed on this last lake house, I'm down to 3 properties. Really simple. I have a property manager that manages all the properties, makes sure all the yards are taken care of, all the repairs get taken care of. Because as you get bigger financially, you get to hire people. Like I've got a guy that handles all my social media and all my podcasts, all my internet. He does a very good job. But he has a lot of different jobs. So sometimes I catch him scrambling a little bit. He's got to work on his time management a little bit, be where he's supposed to be, when he's supposed to be there. If he didn't finish a job, go back and finish it later. That's basic time management structure that you got to be where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. And I don't care if you're running full speed to get there. So you run full speed, you get there, you calm down, and you get a hint, which he always does. And he does a great job. So I want to talk about balance. So here's what I'll tell you. I think you can work 50 hours a week and have a good life. I think if you work less than 50 hours a week, I don't personally think you're working hard. So I believe in a 50-hour work week. I believe in 3 hours of designated family time every night. Like for me, I start at 10 a.m. I finish at 7. I'm with my wife exactly at 7 o'clock for dinner. We're together from 7 to 10. I don't take any calls, not my kids, not my grandkids, no business calls. 9 o'clock we go and we lock up the animals in the barns. We've got about 70 animals. They're all barn. So we got to lock the animals up, give them a little hay, give them a little treat, tuck them all away, hang out with the cats, hang out with the dogs, go back. 10 o'clock, we sit on the patio and talk. 10 o'clock, she goes to bed. At 10 o'clock, I normally fire up a cigar, my second cigar for the day. I normally get on the phone and I call my coaches and my West Coast clients and people that want to talk to me in a slower pace. Because I don't know if you know me very well. I go 100 miles an hour, super intense, super focused. I love it like that. I hate people that are like not excited about what they're doing and not gung-ho about life. I just tell you, I struggled growing up in a dysfunctional family. I got kicked out of high school for not going to class. I wasn't a good student. I was very rebellious. And luckily, I met these 11 people that mentored me one at a time throughout my last 50 years from the time I was like 18 years old that have taken me under the wing and said, hey, knucklehead, you're doing it wrong. Let me show you how to do it right. And if it wasn't for those 11 men giving me the direction I need, I would not be happily married for 24 years. I got my 24-year anniversary next week. I would not have a great coaching company and a great mortgage business. I would not have learned how to invest properly in the stock market. I would not be charitable. My last mentor taught me how to be charitable. I'm giving away about 16% of my money every year of my gross income. I give away about 16%. So I've really become charitable in the last 15 years. And that's been a great blessing. I mean, just by being charitable, God has blessed me with health. My wife is healthy. My kids are healthy. He's blessed me with a lot of opportunities to serve a lot of people and get a lot of clients and take care of them. So I think that it's a full circle. And as I look at 65 years old, I will tell you, I'm climbing the mountain. My best days are yet to come. I'm going to get a lot done in the next however long God allows me to be here. And I'm going to do some things. I'm going to create disciples for Jesus, because I believe if you don't know Jesus, you're struggling in life. You don't have that sense of peace that people that truly have a relationship with God have, that it's going to be okay no matter what the chaos is. Like, to me, God kind of gets you through the storms. And let's be clear, you're in a storm, you're leaving a storm, or you're entering a storm. There's always a storm around the corner. There's always some chaos or something going on. But for me, God gives me a sense of peace that, like, he's the ultimate sailor and navigator, and he's going to get me through the storm. So I want to get more people to know about Jesus and more people to understand God and how we can help them and change their life. And then I want to create millionaires. I've had 767 people W-2 at $1 million under my authority in the last 25 years. I want to get that to 1,000 or 1,500. So I want more people that are making 250 that want to make $1 million. Like, one of my best friends is a plumber. He made 177 years ago. Now he makes $2.5 million. I mean, it's crazy. My financial planner made 500. Now he makes 15 million. I've taken people to some great heights. But listen, they were super driven and they took it on the chin. Like, I'm a hardcore coach. Like, if you're a realtor or lender and you're thinking about hiring me, you should if you want to make a lot of money, but you need to toughen up. Now listen, I love the great coach named Newt Rockney. He said, kick them when they're down because it shows what they're made of. So I'm not I'm encouraging and I want people to do well and I'm praising when praise is deserved, but I'm really tough and really driven and really focused to help people be all they can be. So if you're a realtor or lender, hire me. I got a subscription for $250 a month. It exposes everything I do, everything I teach. One of my 35 coaches does a live coaching every Tuesday afternoon. So you can get on and live coaching, Q&A answers. Now, I got accountability. Starts for 10 grand a year, $750 a month. You got to do over 3 million to 10 million to join. I'll give you a trainer. They'll hold you accountable on your greatness tracker. They'll make sure you're seeing a lot of people, calling a lot of people, getting leads, converting leads. Then when you get to a certain level between 10 and 20 million, I'll move you up to level 2 where you have a coach that makes $1 million a year as a realtor lender. So you've got an expert coach coaching you. That'll work on sales and team. Then when you get over 20 million, you'll come hang out with me and you'll have full access with me, and we'll do like sales training, team training, money management, investment, charity, and we'll go full focus. So I love coaching. I don't want to be any bigger than I am. I want to be better than I am. I want to be a better mortgage group. Like my mortgage group last month, I had 38 loan reps. I closed 271 loans for 117 million, like 7 deals per loan rep. The national average is 2. Just so you know, who's in your head matters. Who's in your head? Who's giving you advice? Who's the one telling you how to make money? Who's the one telling you how to invest? Who are you listening to? Or are you like most of the world and you're not listening to nobody? Now listen, the Bible says seek good counsel. When it comes to the mortgage business or the coaching business or investing, I'm pretty good counsel because my results are really good. So look behind the curtain. See who you're listening to. Pay attention to what they're about and what their life looks like. And do they have balance? So listen, yes, I work a hard 50 hours a week. Yes, I work on hot rods and the farm about 7 hours a weekend. I work at the farm. I like hard work. I cut grass. I split trees. I pull fences. I clean up after animals. I feed animals. So I believe that work and chores are important to have a balanced life. I think they're very important. I work really hard to see my kids and grandkids at least 7 or 8 times a year. I fly to them. I fly them here. We're together for all holidays. Like, I believe you should have a full 4th of July at home. Enjoy your houses. We had 4th of July at the lake and the farm. We had a great time with the 4 kids, my 2 daughters and their husbands, all 5 of my grandkids. Some friends came over. We had a great time. We swam in the lake. We swam in the pool. I bet we played 10 games of wiffle ball. I mean, we just played a lot for some reason, that was the game they wanted to play this year. And we just were out there playing baseball in the backyard and had a great time. And we played a lot of games at night. We watched some movies. That's how you should live your life. You don't always need to go to Italy or go on some luxury vacation. Stay home, enjoy your family, play some board games, do some chores. But I believe that all my kids and grandkids need to do some chores along with having some fun. So I'm a really big fan of balance. I think that it's really 5 things. You got to work on your faith. You got to work on your finances. You got to work on your fitness. You got to work on your family, and you got to work on your friends. And I look at those 5 things, and I'm always working on how can I be a better friend? How can I have better faith? How can I be a better fitness? How can my finances be better? So that's what I'm always working on to take it to the next level. So here's what I'll tell you. You got to be in sales or you got to be self-employed. And in my opinion, relationship building is the most inexpensive, best return on the buck. That's number one. You got to build a team to help support you, but you've got to be the main person. Like I'm the main person in the core training. I'm the main person in my mortgage group. I don't own the mortgage company, but I own my 7 locations and I'm the main person in my group. I think that's important. I think you got to have a good team to support you, but you got to be out front winning. I got to be the main guy on stage. I got to be the main guy on podcast. I got to be the main guy coaching. I got to coach all the coaches. I think you have to save 20% of your paycheck and you have to invest it. And you have to invest clean, simple, non-emotional, tactical way that you invest. I think you dollar cost average monthly with your 20%. I think you buy when things on a dip. I think you layer in over 10 or 12 weeks. I think those are important. I think you got to have balance. And I think that spending time with your partner should be the second most important thing. Getting to know your God is the most important thing. Spending time with your partner is the second most important thing. I think after that, it's your family and your finances and your fitness have to be worked on. But I think every week I got to see my friends. Every week I got to work out. Every week I got to hang out with my wife. Every week I got to talk to my kids and my grandkids. Every week I got to work on my business. Every week I got to work on my faith. So these are what I do to have balance. So listen, I have a very busy life. I'm nonstop, 24/7 with about 3 hours of downtime a day where I'm resting and relaxing with my wife and recreating with her. I don't go on a lot of elaborate vacations. I go on about 4 long weekends, guy trip, a couple event trips from my companies where we take the top people on trips. I take my wife on a nice trip. So I try to go on 1 luxury vacation a year, 1 stay-home family vacation a year. I try to go on 4 or 5 long weekends. I do like to play with hot rods. I do like to farm. I do like the stock market a lot, are things I like to do. I play a little poker. I don't golf. I don't really enjoy it. I found it was too peaceful for me. It wasn't crazy enough for me. I used to play a lot of basketball. I'm not playing that much anymore because I'm just not that good as I'm getting older. But I'll tell you this, wealth and balance. There's no 2 better topics to work on. And I think that we all need to work on all of them. So I hope this helped you a little bit. And just so you know, if you're a realtor lender, hire me and you surrender to my process, I'll blow you up. The bigger you can dream, the farther I'll take you. Now listen, I know a lot of people make a lot of promises. Imagine I've been open 25 years. I've had 767 people make $1 million. I've had 3,140 people get $1 million in the bank. So I will make you $1 million a year in income, and I will get you $3 million in the bank if you're a realtor lender. If you're not in my industry, go find an expert in your industry and hire a coach. If you want to get in shape, hire a personal trainer. If you want to learn about God, have a mentor. If you want to have a better marriage, have a mentor about marriage. If you want to have a better business, get a better business coach. If you want to invest better, get a better financial planner. So listen, those are my thoughts of the Street Smart Millionaire. Have a great week. Rick Ruby, over and out.